Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's having a good day. Yeah, it's 8:30 and I'm up. That's what happens when my wife isn't here. I go to bed a lot earlier. And it's not because of her, you know. It's just we do stuff, and you know. Last night was evil night, and I have to say I'm missing my wife. If you're here, please say hello. Whether you're watching the live or the rewatch, it's always good to have people saying hi, getting involved in the conversation. It does help. It does. It's a little bit hard when you're doing this by yourself, but you know, at the same time, it is what it is, right? Lots of places you can follow us. Go find them. Trudging Together. All you need to do is go to Google and put in Trudging Together. You'll find everything that we have available there. So today we're talking about when it feels like life is just beating you down, right? And I'm not necessarily feeling that way right now. Well, kinda. Good morning, Gary. Good to see you, man. Before we get to that, I want to talk about a few things. Just so, you know, just to put some perspective. Let's put some perspective on some things. So Kelly Osbourne, I guess, had a relapse all over Facebook, right? And she got right back in. Fantastic, love it. I think that's great. I love it when people come back. I don't care who they are. But you guys know where I'm going with this, right? So, and it's neat to see all the support. It is. What about the guy that just relapses living on the streets? What about that guy? See, he's not popular like Kelly Osbourne. He doesn't have a bunch of money to throw at people for help. Right? Hey, Jonathan, welcome, man. It's good to have you here. First time speaker, Jonathan Roberts, welcome. You had to call the Veterans Crisis Center last week. Yeah. Whereas if you were somebody that's more popular, so see how that equity is not there? And that's what we're trying to do here, is balance that equity out, man. There isn't any reason why Jonathan should have to jump through hoops to get help. There isn't any reason why I should have to jump through hoops to get help. I don't believe in that. So keep in mind, you know, so I think that's neat, you know, that she has that support. But gosh, couldn't like half those people go help other people? What are the intentions behind that? Oh, well, I'm Kelly Osbourne's recovery coach. Ooh, wow. See how when people are popular, our intentions start to change. Okay? That's why I don't have people that are quote unquote popular on my show. Number one, good luck trying to get a hold of them or whatever. But what would my intentions be behind that? No, I want the people that are down and out, man. I want the people that didn't have all that freaking support from everywhere around and what they needed to do. That's the suffering that we need to hear, right? Nikki Sixx, 20 years, fan-fucking-tastic, great job. I read what he wrote. He has not completed the 12 steps. You could tell. This little counter thing. The counter, man. I'm watching it fuck things up. And these are all things that'll start to beat you down. I'm covering it even though it doesn't feel like it. Right? So think about it. What do you need? What do we do? What's our saying? One day at a time, right? That means you have to be okay today with what you have, right? Well, go to a meeting. Oh, are there any birthdays today? Well, yeah, I have 2 years tomorrow. Then we will see you tomorrow. It is not today yet. If you want people to show up for your birthday, use the announcements. Are there any related announcements? Yes, I'll be here tomorrow for my birthday. Do you see the difference? Okay. It is extremely dangerous to take credit for things you have not done yet. And counting days will drive you, it would drive me mad. I stopped counting, and my wife did it for me. Okay? When I hit 2 years, I'm like, okay, I'll memorize the date now. Why? Because it didn't matter to me. I was after quality, not quantity, and I still am. Do you know how much time I have? An hour and a half. That's how much time, how much real sobriety I have today, right now. Do I love celebrating? I love celebrating, man. But let's celebrate the thing that gives, because if we're focused so much on our time, look at my seconds, they're going up. But then there's this guy that's walking by talking to himself that needs help, but you can't do anything about it because you're too focused on what's going on. These are things that we do to ourselves. What do we call the manufactured problems? Sound about right? Why do we do that though? Okay, because we're used to it. All of our lives, we have made problems bigger than they need to be so that we could create that drama to get things that we wanted. Right? Am I right? I'm right. Right? Yeah. Love like-minded people. I like your photo there, Jonathan. I know myself, always counting, always looking for a pat on the back in the yeah, that's it, and that's what we're looking for when we do something like that. When so what do we need to do about that? It obviously means that we're looking for something to help with our self-esteem, right? Or maybe there's a fear happening. Or maybe you haven't gotten to the point where being sober today is just okay. All right. Well, I have 2 years tomorrow. What about the person that has 90 days today? I'm sorry, they're a little bit more important than your year. I love you, but let's think about what we need to actually do here. People that have 30 days or less, go for it. Announce your days. Those ones, I think that's a little different, right? Right. So I can only really use my life as experience to talk about these things. So let's talk about what's going on and why this kind of came up. Because I have a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of things happening. They're not happening directly to me. It's all the people that I care about. Shane's going in for an MRI today. My wife's going in for a colonoscopy to find out if either one of them needs surgery. Our new host is having a really hard time. Gary and I are doing what we can. So what do we do when it feels like life is beating us down? First off, let's take Rule 62. Let's take Rule 62, and we're not going to take ourselves so damn seriously. Because I will make the problems bigger than they need to be so I can quote unquote handle them, right? No, we don't need to do that anymore. We don't need to live that life anymore of being caught up in anxiety or being caught up in anger or fear. Right? Because God can't reside there when you're like that. Okay? Now, I'm not going to say I don't have anxiety going on right now. I have a little bit happening, but I'm aware of it and I know what to do with it. Okay? I help other people. I've gone through the gamut in my brain this morning because I'm confused on what I need to do next. And I need some answers. Actually, I need to start making some money. And I don't know how to do that. I'm very confused. And it's frustrating. And I don't want to admit it to people because I'm the owner and the founder. And I'm supposed to know, but I don't. So what am I going to do about that? I'm going to reach out to somebody today and see what we can talk about. What I did is I went and found a person that has what I want. And now I'm going to sit down and listen to them. Right? Let's do the daily reflections. Let's do it. So what do we do? I guess I guess I kind of got to cover that part, right? Come on, Dion. Sorry, I almost left everybody hanging up in the air. Nothing so much ensures immunity from your fucked up head as intensive work with other people, man. Go find an alcoholic to help. Trust me, there are people out there that have worse problems than yourself. Gratitude list is a good place to start. Go to a meeting. There are meetings 24/7. I could go find one right now and be in a meeting within 10 minutes. The question is, how willing are we to do this work? Or do we want to sit in our pity pod so that people will continuously at least give us attention? Okay? The thing is your self-esteem needs to come from you. That is a relationship between you and God. Hold it sacred. It is dear. And be selfish about it. It's the only thing you really get to be selfish about. Okay? My higher power is mine. I'll introduce you, but you're going to have a different relationship than me. Your experience is going to be different. That's why it is important that people speak in meetings. This is the other thing. If you show up to a meeting, open your damn mouth, people. Why is there so much silence? What are you, cured? Okay? I was taught that if you go to a meeting, you are there to share your experience, strength, and hope. You sit down, you share for 3 to 4 minutes, and then you shut your mouth. Pretty easy stuff until it's time to open your mouth. So, what do we do then? This is what I do when we do the Serenity Prayer at the beginning. I add just a little bit more on. Hey, God, if I speak, please speak through me. Okay? Now I'm not going to get caught up in what everybody else is saying so that I can say what it is that I need to say. Do something different. Stop waiting for everybody else to speak so that you can get your shit together and sound okay. Speak first. Okay? This is why people have a fear of running the meeting. But faith without works is dead. Rely on God and it'll turn out exactly the way it's supposed to. Okay? Don't put an expectation on it. July 13th, humility is a gift. As long as we place self-reliance first, a genuine reliance upon a higher power was out of the question. That basic ingredient of all humility, a desire to seek and do God's will, was missing. That's so cool because that's how I was introduced. That's pretty much what my sponsor said to me. Because I had been coming in and out. And this man walks up to me, Paul, walks up to me and says, hey, Dion, I've been watching you come in and out, and I love the fuck out of you. But isn't enough enough? It is time for you to meet God. That's how I started. And this is how he did it. God, this is Dion. Dion, this is God. Check you guys later. That was it. It didn't have to be some huge thing. And you know what? I really appreciated that because I need comfort levels, man. I don't really like taking things quickly. I like to enjoy and getting what I can out of everything. At the same time, that's why I had to follow direction and have a sponsor. Here we go. I need a church service at night after 5 p.m. on any day except Thursday. Gary, let's look into him for that. Jonathan, do me a favor and either send me or Gary a PM after this, and we'll see what we can do to help you out. Or you're welcome to go into Trudging Together, put something in there. But let's see what we can do for you, man. When I first came to AA, I wanted to find some elusive quality about humility. I didn't realize I was looking for humility because I thought it would help me get what I wanted, and that would do anything, and that I would do anything for others if I thought God would somehow reward me for it. Now, for me, my drinking career was ruined before I even started drinking. I went to AA before I started. There you go, Gary. This is a good one. We're going way over here. All right. I was told my ears are connected to my butt. If I'm not sitting in a seat in the meeting, I'm not going to hear what I need to hear. That's right. We have to take the cotton out of our ears, put it in our mouth. But what you have to say is important, even if you have a week. A week, in my book, is a lot longer than 5 years. I understand something like that because of my experience. All right, I got to finish to wrap this up. I thought God would somehow reward me for it. I try to remember now that the people I meet in the course of my day are as close to God as I am ever going to get while on this earth. I need to pray for knowledge of God's will today and see how my experience with hope and pain can help others. If I can do that, I don't need to search for humility. It has found me. That's one of the great things about willingness or humility. I blew the answer. About humility is all it takes is a little bit of willingness. And if you don't have the willingness, pray for the willingness. Oh. I'm praying for the willingness to quit smoking right now. There, I said it. All right, guys. I love you guys. Peace out and have a day. We will